My oldest son, Nathan, is about to graduate from college with a Bachelor of Arts in Music. And tonight was his senior recital, and I'd like to share it with you. Notice that all of the music he plays is from memorization.
very much for coming to this recital of mine. I'm truly honored and excited to share this music with you all. When I came to Williams as a freshman, I could hardly play Mary Had a Little Lamb on piano, but I've really fallen in love with this instrument and with practicing this instrument and spent a lot of time in these cold practice rooms over here. And now I get the chance to play this senior recital as part of my completion of a Bachelor of Arts in Music and Worship. So tonight I'm going to be playing several other solo piano pieces, as well as a few short ensemble pieces, and sharing some insight about each piece. So this first work was from Mozart's K280 Piano Sonata. It was just the first movement, and for those of you who don't know Mozart, he was a very eccentric and super prolific Austrian composer of the classical era, and he was a child prodigy. In fact, he was only 19 years old or so when he wrote this piece. And the thing about that that's super crazy is this is K280, so that means that it was his 280th musical work. It was written when he was only about 19 years old. But by the standards of a composer of any age, this composition is so musical, and each section is quite satisfying to hear. The first movement, which I played, is full of Mozart staples like Alberti bass and functional harmony, embellishments and trills, a ton of sequencing and firm harmonic resolutions. In other words, it definitely sounds like Mozart. And usually this movement would be followed by a hauntingly beautiful, slower second movement in the parallel minor key, and then a super fast, fun, jumpy third movement. And if I had about another year at Williams or so, I could probably play the entire sonata for you all, but I think I've paid enough money, and we'll go ahead and graduate. But now I'd like to move on to the ensemble portion of the program, and the first of these pieces is a Bach prelude for lute, written roughly 300 years ago, along with a violin melody, which I wrote when I took composition with Dr. Thompson in the fall of last school year. And one of our goals for that class was to write embellishing melodies to go along with already existing music. And Dr. Thompson said that he's always thought this slightly lesser known Bach prelude has called out for such a melody. So I'd like to welcome Donald Fitzgerald, a freshman music education major and experienced violinist, to the floor to play this piece with me. This next piece is also one that came to fruition during my composition class with Dr. Thompson. This one, however, was not necessarily an assignment. I was up one night watching music theory videos on YouTube, as I'm sure we all do on a typical weeknight. And this specific video was about melody writing. And that video sparked my creativity, and I stayed up until about 4 a.m. writing this saxophone melody along with a very playable yet colorful piano accompaniment. And I'm not sure if I got done with the work that I was supposed to get done with that week in composition, but I suppose that this super late night was a good lesson on striking while the iron is hot. And at this time, I want to say thank you to all the folks playing music with me tonight. But I owe a much bigger thanks to my next partner. I absolutely would not have had the will to work that I've had to prepare for this recital, or to be successful at sports, or to be a good employee, or to graduate college if it was not for the relentless encouragement of my parents. So Mom, come on down here and let's play.